hello. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello there.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all? Are we all okay? Have we had a good weekend? Are we all okay? Hello, 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 hello. Oh, Wendy, happy birthday. I'm glad to hear that you are having a brilliant day. Okay, so I did post the order list on the page. So hopefully if you have ordered, you can see whereabouts you are. Let me just refresh here. I may have another one to print off. Oh, it just asked me to log in again. Hang on. And there's no newer updates since Friday. It's all the same. Okay, I do have 2 more people to add to the list, but I'll do that as we go, just so we can get started. We do still have the new game Hatched on the website, so that is being played today. And then of course normal oysters, let me just move that one out of the way, that's the 4 pearl oyster one, but for normal oysters and egg pops as well. I think that's everything. Let me just get my post-its ready, but I just need that for tomorrow. Okie dokie. So, hello, hello, hello. Up first today is Nikki Hamilton. Nikki, are you here? Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, let's just sort this camera out while we're waiting to see if Nikki is here. So, Nikki Hamilton, are you here? I look upset. Oh no, I'm not upset. Sorry, it's been one of those days, but no, I'm not upset. It's just I think the weekend's drained me. Diane, oh, hello Diane firstly, and Nikki, you're there with Diane, so hello guys. Now, I have a little message and it says, happy birthday from mum. So this is your birthday gift from your mum, Nikki, so happy birthday from us as well. So I hope you've had or have had a brilliant day. And I can say that you've got one opening, Nikki, altogether. Would you like to have a oyster or a egg pop? Lots of birthdays. Happy birthday! Oyster, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So with your oyster, let's go down. And good luck, Nikki, my lovely. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearls. There's no pearls in there. I am going to pop the shells to the side. Oh no, you'd like to keep them? That's perfect. Let me just put them this way instead. Okay, and then if we have a squidge in here. You're hoping for a darker colour. And there's no more in that one. You have got a rose gold. Now I'm just going to clean the shells up for you as you'd like to keep them. That came away beautifully. And then if I hold up this rose gold so you can have a closer look, and then you can decide what you think and what you would like to do. Okay, so if you're happy with this one, he is yours and he can go on your jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap him for a colour of your choice. If I run this rose gold through the sand for you, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. Just writing your name on your shells and then I'll hold it up again so you can have a closer look. Happy with that one, Nikki? Brilliant. So you're happy to keep this one and for this one to go onto your jewellery. That is perfect. So he is a gorgeous lighter rose gold. Let me pop him on here. I've wrapped up your shells as well, so they will be included on with your order form. And again, I hope you've had a brilliant birthday and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, and that's safe up there for you. I'm glad you're happy with it, Diane. Up next then today is Wendy Shiverton. Wendy, are you here? Wendy, hello, hello, hello. So Wendy, we're gonna, sorry, I'm just turning that up. Now let's move that to there. Brilliant, sorry about that. So Wendy, again, I hope you're also having a brilliant birthday. If we start with your hatch today, if that's okay with you, and then we'll do all of your openings together. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that's no... that snuck up on me out of nowhere. And then we'll do all of the openings together at the end if that's okay with you. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to wait for you to confirm, and then if so, we'll dive in for your hatch. Yes, brilliant. So diving in, again, the colours of the eggs don't mean anything. It is literally just randomised completely. So if we go down, I can just hear one moving around in there. But I can see two pals, I believe. Yes, you have got two pals here. We've got a magenta and a blood orange. Now with those, you have got a cage pendant. This is one of the new cage pendants that are on the website at the moment. This is actually one of the popular newer ones that have gone on recently, and it's called the Drops of Love cage pendant. With this cage, it can hold one pearl at a time, and then you can swap and change the pearls around at home. You've got the center heart, which is encrusted with crystals, as you can see there, and then it is all encased in a silver raindrop. So it's called Drops of Love. Your pearl actually sits right in the center, so you see the pearl color through the hearts there. Your choice, Wendy, is going to be, you can either choose to stick with both the pearls and the jewellery, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or you can swap the pearls for a oyster opening. So keep both, or change the jewellery, or change the pearls. Change the jewellery. Okay, so what we're going to do then is, those pearls are definitely yours. If I just bring you back up, we're going to dive in. It's over here. I was going to say, where did I put it? We're going to dive in the random bucket, and then this will get added in after we pull your one out. Okay, so this one I am going to look away, just because obviously they're not in eggs or anything, so I can see this, which is why I look away, close my eyes, and sort of, oh, I think that is one. That is one. Now we have swapped it for a different cage pendant. Now this one is on the website. Actually, I apologise. This one is currently out of stock on the website. However, when it comes back in stock, it will go in the back in stock section. So it has been on the website previously. And it is the sunflower cage pendant. So again, this one holds one pearl at a time, and you can swap and change the pearls around at home. So you've got gorgeous petal work on the outside of the cage. In the centre, you've got this golden coloured overlay, sort of crisscross, and your pearl gets shown, so you can see that's where the pearl sits at the back. Pearl colour comes through that gold. Now you can actually wear it this way round, because you still then have the petals coming, let me just spin it, you have the petals coming from the backs, and then you see more of the pearl this way. So it does depend, but obviously all the detail of the cage is on the front here. So I hope you're happy with that one. And then of course with your two pearls there. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to leave those pearls in here. So moving forward with your openings, we can't swap those pearl colours, but you can choose those to go on any of the jewellery that you've got as well. So I'm going to leave them in the sand, even though with those two we cannot swap. I hope that makes sense. You'd like to have the blood orange in that. Yep. Like I said, I'll leave it in the sand for now, but yeah, that won't be a problem. So you've then got a further two openings then, Wendy, which, sorry, when I move, the chair goes now. Which two would you like? Oysters or egg pops, or one of each? Please excuse my hair today. I've literally got like a mum bun, just shoved it up out the way, so it's not the best. You've sent a loyalty card in as well. Okie dokie, bear with me, I'm just going to have a little look. Oh, yep, I can see an email from today from you. Let me open it. Name and date is on there. That's perfect, Wendy. So, 3 altogether. Which 3 would you like? Which 3 would you like? Bless you, Ilaria. That's very kind of you to say. Two oysters and 1 pop. Brilliant. So if we dive in here, 1 and 2, and then 1 egg pop. Are there certain colours you're hoping for, Wendy? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? So like I said, these 2 are in the sun from this before. If we start with your egg pop, you've got 3 pearls in that one. We've got a bright pink, a darker gunmetal grey, and a lemon yellow. So bright pink, gunmetal grey and lemon yellow. Moving on to your oysters. So oyster number 1. Soft pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. You have got a, it's a pickle green. And then moving on to your second oyster. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. You have got a blurple. So a pickle green and a blurple from your oysters. Going from the top then, Wendy, we've got magenta, blood orange, bright pink, gunmetal grey, lemon yellow, pickle green and blurple. What do you think to these? If you're happy with these, then they are yours, and I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, we can swap them for colours of your choice. Just like I said, we cannot swap the magenta or the blood orange, but I'm going to start running them through the board, and then just shout out, Wendy, when you know what you would like to do. So the bright pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then the pickle green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And your blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well. Swap the yellow for a brighter yellow. Yeah. Thanks. The blue and the grey to Donna topping. So the gunmetal grey and the blurple, those two to Donna, is that correct? Yeah, not a problem. So Donna, you've still got an open order, so that will get added to that for you. So you don't need to do anything. Okay, so it will automatically be added onto there. Okay, so with these other ones, do you know which ones you would like where, Wendy? The yellow on the necklace. Yeah. I will also say that you have chosen to have a cord on the necklace. Do you know what length you would like it made to, in inches or centimetres? Or if you don't know now, or if you prefer not to say, that's absolutely fine, but you will have to email me that information across. Okay, so please don't forget. That's perfect, Wendy, thank you. So then which colour would you like on your other item? Yeah, we've got like a lavender, which is a light purple. Would you like to swap the pink or the pickle for a lighter lavender? Oh, sorry. The pink, brilliant. And then is it the purple that you would like to have on the other item? Yep, brilliant. So then can you just confirm that you're happy with the pickle as one of your loose pearls as well? You'd like to have the green on a lobster fitting. Okay. So the invoice for the lobster fitting, that will be sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. And you'd like to give the pink to the next person on the order list. Okay, not a problem. I'll leave that in the sand then. That's very kind of you to do so, Wendy. Let me bring you back up, and then that does leave the blood orange for your sunflower. Wendy, I hope you're happy with everything there. I thank you for the donations with your shells. And again, I hope you've had a brilliant birthday weekend and will be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Kerry, I'm sorry to hear that. They shouldn't, obviously the colour shouldn't fade. However, if not treated correctly or kept correctly, then as with all things, it can affect the colour. For example, it could be sun-kissed if you've kept them displayed in the sun for too long. Like that, everything or most things can get sun-kissed. Or if you've washed with them, got them wet, perfumes, basically gone against the care instructions on the website. Now, I'm not saying that you have done that, please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that these things can contribute to that potentially happening. Like Jan said, she's been buying over 4 years and it hasn't happened to her. So I'm sorry that if it has happened to you, I'm ever so sorry. You can possibly send me some photos and then we can see and have a look. But that's the only thing I can think of. I hope that makes sense. Up next today is Anne Schickel. Anne, I think I saw you earlier, so hopefully you're still here. Anne, hello. So Anne, you've got that magenta colour in the sand that was gifted forward for you from Wendy. So that one is there ready for you. Okay. And you do have a couple of openings as well, but we're going to do your hatch games first, if that's okay with you. So we'll do the first hatch, then we'll find out what you'd like to do regarding the jewellery and pearls. The second hatch, and then we'll do all of the openings together at the end, if that's okay. So if I dive in for your first hatch, however, I'm not going to open it just until you can confirm that you're happy with that. Of course, brilliant. So let's go down for your first one. Like I said, I'm actually just going to move that pink just to the side for now, just so it doesn't get mixed up in what we're about to pour out of the egg pop. So good luck. Okay, so you've got 3 pearls to start with. One of them is a midnight blue. Look at him, gorgeous midnight blue. A creamy bridal white, and a lighter, slightly two-tonal apple green. So midnight blue, bridal white, and a two-tonal apple green. The item of jewellery that you've got here is a anklet, and this is with the black stone anklet. So we've seen this one a couple of times, I think, or this design a couple of times. It's still not on the website. It will be going on the website soon with all of the designs available, but this one's got the black So with this one, you can choose to have the pearl on or off the jewellery. If you have it on, it sort of sits in the middle, in the centre of these little stone beads. Or like I say, you don't have to have this on here. You can just choose to keep this loose and the pearls loose. You'd like to swap the jewellery. Okay, so happy to keep the pearls there and swap the jewellery. So that does mean if I bring you back up, we're going to dive in the swap pot. And we've got this one. I will add this in, however, if you swap your jewellery on the next one as well, I'm going to take it out again. I'll explain, if that happens, I'll explain why. So with this one, you've actually got a cage pendant, and it is the blue wave cage pendant. So this one holds 1 pearl at a time. And it means that you can swap the pearls in and out of the cage at home. As you can see, it's a silver wave, and then you've got these blue crystal wave coming up behind, and the pearl actually sits in the middle. So I hope you're happy with that one. Which is perfect, because you do have the midnight blue and the white for the wave there, so that kind of works perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is I am just going to take these pearls out of the sand, just because we do have to do another hatch, but then if at the end you'd like me to add them all back in again, I can definitely do that so you can see them all together. It's just that we can't swap these ones, but obviously they can be chosen for other jewellery if you wanted to. So moving on to your second hatch, let's go down, and good luck again, Anne. Oh, okay, so you've got 3 pearls in this one. You've got a blood orange. You've got a spotted two-tonal lavender. Now on that little bit there, it does, as you can see, have a slightly flat bottom. So he's darker there, and as you can see, is slightly misshapen. But all of the way around here, if I just move him, he does have sort of darker spots all the way around him. And a second midnight blue. So a blood orange, two-tonal lavender, and a midnight blue. Now the item of jewellery is a pendant. This pendant definitely needs to have one pearl on here. Okay, so if you choose to keep the item of jewellery, we need to have one of your pearls on here. Now this one, the pearl sits in the middle of the bottom heart. So the top heart has got a little bit of a crystal top, and he's got a blue crystal in the centre there. And then looped in, so entwined with that, is a larger heart coming down, and then your pearl sits in the middle of the larger heart. Now your choice again here, Anne, is going to be, you can either choose to keep both the pearls and the jewellery, or you can swap the jewellery, or you can have one opening for the pearl. You'd like to keep both. Perfect. And would you like to choose one of these to go on the jewellery? Why are you laughing, Bab? Yeah, I need that one moved forward and this way a bit, please. Not yet? Okay, not a problem. That's absolutely fine. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out of the sand and I can add them in at the end. So all of these ones, apart from that pink, you can swap, but all the ones that came out, the hatch eggs, you can't. But we'll do your openings first. That's so much better. Thank you, Bab. Have they been fed? Okay. Okie dokie. So that means you've got, with your openings, oh, I'm so sorry, this chair today. 4 openings and 2 4-pearl oysters. So with the 4 openings, yeah, that is right, with the 4 openings, which 4 would you like? Oysters, egg pops, or a mix of each? And then I'll get the 2 4-pearl oysters. Yes, if you was on the waiting list for Midnight Blue, they have been filled this weekend. I filled them before I filled these eggs up. So, yeah, don't worry, if I wouldn't have put them in here before doing that. So yeah, if you was on the waiting list prior to this, you definitely got one, okay? So, yeah. 2 of each. For the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then donate the shells. Okay, so let's go down. We're going to start with your egg pops, and then we'll do your oysters afterwards. Okay, egg pop number 1. You've got 2 pearls in this one. A lighter lavender and a lighter apple green. So a lavender and a apple green. Moving on to egg pop number 2. 3 pearls in that one. And the colours we've got here is a silver chocolate olive green. So the base colours are the main silvery chocolate colours, but every now and then you can sort of see that flash of an olive green. We've got a darker gunmetal grey and a brighter pink. What I'm going to do at this stage is I'm going to add in the donated pink magenta colour from Wendy for you, just because with this one you can swap this one, and then that way these ones, when I add these in at the end, we know we can't swap those. I hope that doesn't make it confusing, but then that way all the ones that we open and that will be at the top you can swap. I hope that makes sense. If we then move on to your 4 pearl oysters, and then we'll do the normal openings afterwards. Okay, so 4 pearl oyster number 1. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh, that colour surprised me. Look at him. There's no more in that one. Oh, I think you've got a sky blue, Anne. He is gorgeous. Let me show you. So, in fact, I've spoke about it now, so let me show you. He is a really, really gorgeous light blue. You've also got a slightly two-tonal autumn peach, a very light rose gold. So if you can see, it does have that rose gold hint to him, and a blurple. This one's definitely got more purple in him, but I can still see blue in that blurple. So sky blue, autumn peach, light rose gold, and blurple. Moving on to oyster number 2. So this is the 4 pearl oyster number 2. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh my wow. Anne, you have got some of these colours. Let me show you these. Oh my wow. Okay, so this one is more of a denim blue, so we can hopefully see the difference next to the sky blue. Here we go. So denim blue. And then this one is that silvery white. So we have seen a couple of these now. So it's base white, but next to our normal whites we can see the difference because it does have a gorgeous silvery overtone. You've also got a lighter grass green and a gorgeous brighter coral. Stunning colours with that 4 pearl oyster as well. Now we've still got 2 oysters to go, and I will go through all of the colours for you at the end. I may need to move your pearls up because I just haven't left a lot of room, but we'll see how it goes. Unless you'd like them in a colour order again, I can do that at the end. So your normal oyster number 1, lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So you have got a brighter sunshine yellow. And then moving on to oyster number 2. Sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh wow, Anne, you are twinning with raspberry twins. Look at those. Okay, so if we go through all of these colours from the top, and then what I'll do is I will then add in your other pearls as well, so we can obviously see them all together for you. You'd like them in colour order. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll move them in colour order, and then these ones I'm not going to add to it so we don't get confused. I mean in the colour order, and then I'll make them in their own little order over there, if that's okay. Otherwise my brain will not remember. Yeah, so I have to keep them slightly separate, I'm afraid. I know the raspberries, oh my, they are. Right, so let's start, of course, with the darker one at the top. So darker gunmetal, and then shall we go into greens? So we've got silver olive green, grass green, and the apple green. You've then got a sunshine yellow, a light rose gold, a autumn peach, and a coral. We've then got 2 raspberries, we've got 2 pinks, and then we'll move into your blurple, the lilac, denim blue, sky blue, and silvery white. And then on this side we'll do, if I do it sort of where they're in the colour line almost, so you've got midnight blue, blood orange would be about there, and then the green as well, and then down here you've got the two-tonal purple and the creamy white. Okay, so from these ones onwards we can't swap, these ones we can. I kind of put those ones in the colour order, although they're not exactly in the line obviously where I would have put them. But yeah, so midnight blues 1 and 2, two-tonal apple green, blood orange, two-tonal lavender, and then that oh, especially you can see the white next to the silver white, so you can see the difference. Then you've got gunmetal grey, silver chocolate, olive green, grass green, apple green, coral, autumn peach, rose gold, sunshine yellow, 2 raspberries and 2 pinks, blurple, lavender, denim blue, sky blue, silver, white. I am just going to measure those raspberries because they are the largest here and they are quite large. I just want to double check. It's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. So number 1 is an 8.5. Number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well, so they're not a 9, but I do just like to double check those ones just to make sure. And then don't measure the rest, that's not a problem, my lovely. Three to swap out, so the autumn peach, the light rose gold, and I can't swap the bridal white, my lovely. I'm so sorry. So with the bridal white, that was on the side with the, so these 4 and then these 2. So these 6 we can't swap just because of they were from the hatch eggs, and yeah, so the rules are we can't do that. If I do it for one, then I'll have to do it for all, and then the rule the rule would be null. So I hope you can understand. No, you don't need to be sorry. That's absolutely fine. I'm guessing you'd like to keep the silver white though. So for now, I've taken out these 2. If there are, of course, any others, then do let me know. But it does have to be sort of not the ones that I'm covering. It has to be all those other ones on that side. No, that's absolutely fine, Anne. It's why I've tried to keep it a bit separate for you. Okay, so 2 taken out so far. Which 2 would you like to add in? Next to the blurple is that lavender, so this one here. So blurple, lavender, denim blue, sky blue, silver, white. Swap out the denim blue, yeah, so those 3 there would like to swap out. Which 3 would you like to swap in? So I'm sort of going to zoom out so we can see all of these together, but if you'd like me to sort of zoom zoom in on any of them closer up, just let me know. You'd like 3 dove greys, okay. 2 the sun, 1, oh my gosh, I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. 2 the same size and 1 slightly smaller. Okay, so let me just have a look. So dove greys. Oh, I like those ones. Are those ones a match? I believe so, but those ones are slightly smaller than themselves. Hang on, let's put those there so I don't get them mixed up, and then is that one smaller? He is slightly, he's not massively. How about that one? Nope, I think we found a slightly smaller one. There we go. All on simple studs. Hang on, let me show you. So these 3 here, so obviously 2 next to each other are the 2 the same size, and the one below is a slightly smaller one. And then you'd like 2 of the dove greys. I'm just looking through. Can the smaller one be smaller? Question, do you mean for me to invoice you for simple studs? Just because I can have another look, but I don't see any there. No, I think that one is the smallest dove grey. I will just have a quick look in my swap pot just to see if I've got any in here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that if I just take that one away, that one instead, which is even, so it was that one, so that one instead. Are you happy with that one? It's slightly darker than your one, but not massively so, but just slightly. In fact, I'll just hold on to this beforehand. But you'd like to be invoiced for studs. with the dove grey. All three on studs. Okay, so you'd like to have like 1.5 studs, is that right? So you have 3 separate posts. If so, is that third one okay? And then I will, I have done it in the past where people have bought 1 stud before, either just because they've had 1 earring, like 1 piercing, or to sort of fulfill a missing one. Yes, okay, so invoice for studs on Dove 3. So if I put 3 posts, just so as a reminder, that's not a problem. That invoice will get sent across for you tomorrow, or go to the email address that's on the order form. And then with your other pearls then, do you know which ones you would like where? Raspberry twins on studs. Okay. Invoice for those. Yeah. Sunshine yellow in the winter sun. Yeah. Silver white on the crackle. Yeah. The blurple on the faith, hope, love. Okay. So just need 2 more decisions, I believe. One of the midnight blues in the wave cage. Okay. You can, yes. So it does, if I put it in the sand, however, I don't know if that's gonna, I can put it on the white card if it's easier. So it's got a blue crystal at the top along with a couple of little clear crystals as well. And then the pearl sits in the middle of the heart. Trade the lavender for a Smurf blue, yeah, and then that to go on the pendant, not a problem. So lavender for a Smurf blue. How about this one here? A darker Smurf, okay. So this one. Oh, so you're not happy? No, I'd say possibly maybe like a Pepsi blue, but I don't have any Pepsi blues available at the moment. So other than that, the only blues I've got would be possibly the TARDIS is the closest. So yeah, this one's probably the closest in colour, but I would still say that the Pepsi blue is closer. But like I said, I just don't have. This is more of a blurply TARDIS, to be honest, because this one's a true TARDIS. It was only because I saw that one in the pot and I thought, you know what, that goes. So the one at the bottom is the TARDIS. The one above that is slightly blurply TARDIS. It was just in the TARDIS pot. So yeah, it's up to you, either of those. The top one, yeah. I literally poured it out. I saw it. I thought, you know what, that one does go quite nicely. Brilliant. So we're happy with that one. Okay, so that is on here. Let me just write that down. And then I believe it's just one more item we need the colour for then. So we're going to have the heart pendant. If I put down TARDIS Blurple, because it is sort of, yeah, TARDIS-y blurply colour. Yep, that's correct, Anne. excuse me, a picture of that one. I can definitely have a quick look just to see if I can locate it. Just bear with me a moment though, because sometimes it can take me a moment. Okay, so it's a stone pendant, so let's... So this is one of my photos. I don't know if this is the one that was on the website, but this is the same stone. Obviously, with it being a stone pendant, you are going to get different markings and obviously different brightnesses, different light sections and everything. So this is, like I said, I don't know if this is the one that was on the website, but this is the same type. Okay, so this one actually has a midnight blue with it in this photo, but yeah, so that's that one there. Oh, sorry, you'd like to see a darker TARDIS blue. Swap out one of the pinks for that one, and then that one's on the jewellery. Brilliant. Okay, so then it will just be with your loose pearls here then, Anne. Are you happy with all of these colours, or are there any others that you would like to swap? You'd like to donate the other midnight blue to Leslie Oliphant. Bless you, Anne. Of course we can. That's so extremely kind of you. Leslie's actually got an opening later today, so what I'll do is I'll keep this close by, Leslie, and I'll add it to your order. So Leslie Oliphant. And that's so very kind. All the rest loose. Brilliant, Anne. Okay, so I'll add that on to Leslie's a little bit later. Brilliant. So we're happy with the rest of these here. Let's bring you back up and I'll pop these in here. I hope you're happy with everything there, my lovely. And of course, thank you for the donations with your shells as well. That's safe on there, and then that's up there for you. Oh, bless you. Right, up next then today is Annette Parker. Annette, are you here? Annette, hello, my lovely. Annette, we'll do your hatch egg first, and then we'll do your openings together at the end, if that's okay with you, my lovely. So diving in for your hatch egg, let's go down. Annette, is there a certain type of jewellery that you're hoping for? So good luck. And you've got 3 pearls in your one. You have got a, oh, it looks like it's a pickle, a blood orange, and a, look at him. Now this one is not, as much as it looks like a white, it's not a white. It's like a mottled rose gold and white. I don't know if you can see, but it's such a bizarre marking. It's like it's got a really sort of white deep overtone over the rose gold. Can you see? It's such, and it's almost like a milky white as well, so it's like, it's such a really, really unique marking with that one. Now the item of jewellery you have got here is a anklet, which is a new anklet, so it hasn't been seen before. Okay, so this anklet would come with 1 opening normally, so if you did want to swap the pearls, it would be 1 opening, and the pearl you can choose to have on or off the jewellery. So you've got this larger 3D bow in the middle of the anklet here, so it is literally, if I turn it up, you can see it's a 3D bow, so it's got designs on all the sides. You can see it's got its little loop-de-loop in the middle, and a gorgeous bow there. And then you've got like a ball and chain design on this, on the main chain. So you can actually fit pearls or charms on each section if you wanted to, or spread out. Or you don't have to have any on here. You can just keep it as it is, as the bow anklet. Okay. Now, of course, these can also be worn as bracelets, but it just depends on the sizing to what you guys, obviously, everyone needs different sizes, so some people would be able to wear it as a bracelet, some people wouldn't, as it is designed obviously to be an anklet. Annette, you'd like to swap the jewellery. Okay, so you're happy with the pearls, stick with the pearls. We're going to choose to swap the jewellery. So if we dive in here, so just give it a good mix to start with. Give it, I think that's 1. I've dropped some though. Oh, okay, so you've got one of our new charms. It hasn't been seen yet. I don't think I've shown this one. With this charm, I will need to know if you'd like to have a lobster or a hoop fitting, or you can choose to have a 6mm jump ring if you prefer to sort of slide it onto a pendant. So I'll need to know what fitting you'd like, and then also if you'd like to have a pearl on or off the jewellery here. Now this is a rainbow charm with all the different rainbow colour crystals. So it is only one-sided, so as you can see it's plain silver on the back, so they are sort of set into that rainbow, that charm. So with this one, with the pearl, it does sort of sit just below, so it's almost like the pearl, the rainbow goes over the top of the pearl, which is quite cool. but obviously the pearl would move around. Or you don't have to have the pearl on here, you can sort of keep it as it is and the pearl loose. Now obviously there's lots more spaces than the normal 7 colours of the rainbow, but it does still go through the rainbow spectrum beautifully. So I hope you're happy with that one, and I'll definitely need to know what fitting, and if you wanted to, we can open up your other opening before deciding the colour on this, but that's up to you. Now I can't really get the camera to focus on the colourings there. Now it's a lot more clearer in person, so I'm hoping, yeah, once you receive it, you can definitely see the colours more. I mean, they look like they sort of get cut off there, but I think that's just the camera sort of focusing in more on the silver. The colours, they do actually sort of almost touch each other, so they are quite spread out. It's just, I think, cameras, does that make sense, focusing on the in between? Wait to decide, yes of course, but do definitely need to know the fitting type, so as soon as you know that, just shout out and I'll write that down, because otherwise if I forget to ask you, then I'll have to sort of chase you on it, and I hate to chase somebody, because obviously if you can let me know now, then you don't have to do anything else, you just receive your orders. Right, so that means you also get one more opening, and did you want that to be an egg pop, just because you said it there, or would you like to have a oyster? What would you like? An egg pop, brilliant. So are there any other colours that you're hoping for? Let's go down. Now I have left these 3 in here. So these there's your egg. These top 3 we cannot swap, but whatever comes out of this egg we can swap. So that's going to be up to you. Good luck. And 3 pearls in that one. Okay, so in here you've got a chocolatey bronze, a cranberry red, which is close to the blood orange, but we can definitely see the difference there, and then a bridal white. So again, the bridal white, you can see the difference between that rosy gold white one. What do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these, Annette, then I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, we can swap them for colours of your choice. So if I run these through the board, the pickle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Blood orange is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the rosy gold white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Cranberry red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Swap the chocolate and the white for an icy blue and a sunshine yellow. You can indeed. Icy blue and a sunshine yellow. Sunshine yellow on the bracelet, yes. Also, can you get hoop fitting on the others except the top middle with lobster for the charm? Okay, so the top middle, so that sort of blood orange you'd like to have on the charm with a lobster fitting. And then on the other 4, you'd like to have hoop fittings. And you'd like to have invoice for a 24-inch snake chain. Okay, I've got that all down for you. The invoice, that will also get sent across for you tomorrow to the email address that's on the order form. Annette, you're very welcome, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. You're very welcome. Up next then today is Deborah Brown. Deborah, are you here? Deborah, hello, hello, hello. And it's your first order. Well, welcome. I can say that you've got 2 openings altogether, Deborah. Would you like to have oysters or egg pops, or one of each? One of each. Would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So let's go down. So starting with your egg pop, good luck. Two pearls in that one. You've got a Simba peach and a darker gunmetal grey. Oh, now he does have a little imperfection on him there. So he's got this lighter spotted area to him. Now obviously at the end, if you're not happy with those, we can swap them for you. But for now, you've got the Simba peach and the darker gunmetal grey. If we then move on to your oyster. Light pop there. Oh, okay, so you've got a runaway there. The flesh has sort of come out on this side, and I think I can see another there. Let me just have a squidge. There's no more on that side. and there's no more there. So you are twinning with darker Pepsi Blue twins. Gorgeous Pepsi Blues. So Deborah, you've got a Simba Peach, a Gunmetal Grey, and twinning Pepsi Blues. Now, what do you think to these? If you're happy with these, they are yours. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. If I run these ones through the board, the Simba Peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. The Gunmetal Grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And then twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7 as well. Invoice for simple studs and have the twins on there. Of course you can. That's not a problem. Let me just write this down. So you'd like to be invoice for the simple studs with the Pepsi Blues. Your invoice, my lovely, that will get sent across for you tomorrow to the email address that's on the order form. Okay. Bring you back up. And Deborah, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you as well for the donations with your shells. Oh, bless you, Deb. Up next on today is Diane Haspel. Diane, are you here? Diane, hello, hello, hello. You have got, let's do your hatch first and then your openings afterwards. So is there a certain colour? No. Is there a certain type of jewellery that you're hoping for? Oh no, this egg is just opened, so I'm actually going to pop it. Let's take the jewellery out and put it in the box, because yeah, there's only one pearl left. And then this egg, I'll do that in a second. So let's go down. Sorry, I heard a pearl sort of go loose in the box then. So, good luck. And you have got a pair of earrings. Now your earrings, you've got midnight blues, so 2 midnight blues and 2 Simba peaches. The earrings are the stud back seashell earrings. So stud back, they don't have a backing on them at the moment, and they are the seashell earrings. And your pearls actually go on the bottom here, so you can sort of see the little hoop at the bottom. That's where the pearls will be attached to. So the pearls do need to go onto the earrings. And then with your pearls, if you choose to keep everything, you get to choose between the Simba Peach or the Midnight Blues. Now with these here, Diane, you can either choose to stick with both the pearls and the jewellery, or we can swap the jewellery and go for a lucky dip, or we can swap the pearls, and if we swap the pearls it would be for 2 oyster openings instead. Keeping the pearls and the earrings, okay. Do you know which ones you'd like on the earrings at the moment, or would you like to, wait until after you've done your other openings? The Simba Peachy ones on there. Okay, brilliant. Let me just write that down. Okay, so that means I'm going to leave the Midnight Blues in the sand because you've got 2 further openings as well. We can't swap the Midnight Blues, but I can leave them there in case you wanted them on any other items of jewellery on your order form. So the 2 more openings to go, Diane. Which 2 would you like to have, oysters or egg pops? They're not going into the swaps, but if they did, I do have 1 person on the Midnight Blue waiting list from the last live, because they requested on the last live to go on the list. So I haven't been able to fulfill that one yet. So for example, if they did go in the swap pot, 1 would be up for grabs, but 1 does need to go to that person. However, these are Diane's, they're not in the swap pot. But yeah, if for example later on in the live, there is 1 person on the list for the Midnight Blue because they went on recently. But other than that, yeah, they'd be up for grabs. You'd like 2 oysters, Diane. Donate the shells. Brilliant. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Oyster number 1. No, I'm not swapping them, Diane. They are definitely yours. I apologize. I was just explaining the situation, but they are definitely yours, my lovely. They're not going to go anywhere but to you. Okay, so soft pop there. So I'm just getting this open. There we go. There's your mother of pearls. So there's no pearls on that side. Now I can sort of see a peeper. Oh, that's just piece of the shell as well. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. So I can see a peeper to this side, and he did just pop out. You are quadding. You've got 4 pearls with your first oyster. Okay, so the colours that you've got are a denim blue. It's a mix between, I think that's a darker seafoam green, because it's sort of a mix between a grass green and a Pepsi blue. A darker chocolate and a lighter cream, so just off-white sort of cream pearl. Moving on to oyster number 2. light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you've got a mystic purple. So it is a darker mystic purple, but he is a gorgeous mystic purple. What do you think to all of these? Now, with your other item of jewellery, you can choose to have pearls on or off there, so that is going to be up to you. So you've got the 2 midnight blues that you cannot swap, then denim blue, then that greeny sort of Pepsi grass green blue, then chocolate, cream, and a mystic purple. I'm going to start running them through the board, but then just let me know what you would like to do with your last item. Obviously, if you'd like to swap any, that's absolutely fine as well. Swap the cream for a blood orange. Yeah. So the denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The Pepsi green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the blood orange is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Mystic purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the midnight blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Midnight blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he is a 7.5 as well. So they're the same size there. The rest of the pearls, do you mind? Oh, yep, I've just measured them, that's not a problem. So just to confirm, there's no pearls on that item of jewellery, but you're happy with all of these as your loose pearls. Is that correct? Just going to bring you back up, but just confirm that for me if that's the case. Yes, brilliant, and you're very welcome. So no pearls on there. Okay, well Diane, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. What was you doing?
I know what you're on about.
Well, they saw something. Look,
They
they're
saw
all
something.
laughing at you.
What did they see?
I don't know, I didn't see it. What did you do?
You don't know what they saw?
No, I wasn't looking at you. What did
Oh
you
my
do?
gosh. I don't know what happened. They must be psychic. They knew I was there.
Right, I just need to take a quick comfort break, which is why Aaron is loitering, but I don't know what he was doing. So, the video, was you doing that weird head thing again?
I don't know what you're on about.
So I'm going to be back in just a couple of minutes' time, and I'll leave you in Aaron's hands. So up next would be Diane Gibb when we're back. Okay, so I'm back as soon as I can. Watch your toes because I've got wee wheels now. Thank you. Oh, it's warm in here again. Leave me alone.
Very warm.
I get cold, then I get hot.
Howdy doodly, everybody. How are we all on this fine and fantabulous day? Hello, hello. We all know the drill by now. What are we doing? What are we saying? What are we crafting? Hey there, Annette. Hey, Emma. Hey, Marie. Good evening, Wanda. Hey there, Annie. How is everybody? Hey there, Shirley. Hey, Shireen. Hey, Charlene. Hey there, Melanie. Hey, Ella. Hey, Janine. How is everybody? Come on. What are we doing? What are we saying? What are we crafting? What is today's thing of choice? Hey there, Tracy. Hey, Anne. For those gluten people out there, or gluten intolerant, gluten-free, whatever, some recent Googlings found I haven't tried it, don't know if it's any good or not, Krispy Kreme copycat gluten-free recipe. We shall see what that's like. Hey there, Talia. Hey, Esther. How am I feeling? Yeah, I'm all good, Carol. Thank you very much. How are you? Hey, Susan. Hey, Leslie. Hello, Amelia. Hot in Texas? I imagine it would be. Now, I imagine you get hot and cold as much of it. Obviously, the only times we ever see stuff about Texas, like movies and stuff like that, where it's always talking about the heat there. I imagine it gets really cold there sometimes as well. Hey, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Watching BGT, yeah. Daughter's been watching that one lately. I've kind of popped in every now and again to see what's going on with it. Nice and warm here in Arkansas. Yeah. Nice and warm here as well for a change. It's not very often we get the nice warm weather here in the UK. Just waiting on your opening, Shirley. Ooh. Hopefully not long to go. First time you get to see me. Hello from Connecticut. You're all fantastic. Thank you very much, Joe. I suppose that's more aimed at Brecon, but still. Hello anyway. Just come into winter in Australia and it's freezing. See, logically I understand that. But at the same time it's like, but it's hot here. No, I get it. You guys have your winter when we have our summer and vice versa. Nice and cool here in the UK. Where in the UK are you? It's been lovely and warm so far. Just come into winter in Australia. It's freezing. Going to Great Yarmouth next week. Perfect timing. Yep, 100%. Lovely and warm. Hopefully the weather holds out for you and you have a nice trip away. Yarmouth is one of those that we've done quite regularly. It's probably one of the nearest beaches to us. Derbyshire for you. Okay. Some very nice areas up there. How is everybody? Anyone else from the UK? I'm in the UK.
He jumped straight up for your chicken bone.
He went for my chicken.
He
He went for my chicken.
He didn't touch it, but he went and sniffed. I was like, leave.
I did think about whether I should move that or not, but
When
I
you
thought,
go
no,
in-
they're chilling in
That
here.
when you go
It'll
in,
be fine.
move it, because if you forget, then they would literally
Yeah.
yap that up.
Bless
Can you
him.
take this one with you? I don't want it.
Of course. All breezy down in Cornwall. Okay.
Oh, you bought me one, did you? I just I wasn't sure.
I did, because you asked me to.
Oh, thank you.
I imagine Cornwall would be very breezy down there. I think we've done a few kind of holidays over the years down that way. I was it a Forest Holidays getaway down that way?
That wasn't a holiday, that was our mini moon.
Yeah. Holiday, mini moon, call it what you like.
Mini moon. That was our honeymoon, basically.
do. Lots of people in the UK. I think we've got America, we've got Australia, we've had a few from New Zealand. Anyone other than that? We've got Wales. Wet in Oklahoma, just outside Glasgow for you. We've got West Yorkshire, we've got Northampton, so we've got all over the UK currently.
Excuse me.
She's a back. Doodle pips, guys.
Watch my eggs, please. I don't know where my shoes went. Where did
Over
they
here.
go? Oh, okay. Take this. I think the dogs want to stay here.
They get the confusion of the warmth and the cold.
Can you move the bones before you sit down, please? Because they're not allowed them bones.
Sorry, he's been munching on chicken on the bone. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he left the plate next to the thing. So sorry. I've had an exhausting weekend and I'm so sorry. It's one of those that I think I just need I think because we're at the end of the kids' holidays as well. So I think the holiday plus an exhausting weekend, it's just one of those things. Right. Up first, or up next I should say, is Diane Gibb. Diane, are you here? Anyone else's kids go back tomorrow? Yes. I'm very excited. Although it's only been a week and it's not been that bad. I just think my kids are a bit ready to have people their own age again, I think. They did see their cousins today, but... Oh no, is it Sarah? Oh, bless you. That's what my sister was like, because I went to my sister's today, and her son doesn't go back until Wednesday, and I was like, oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry you've got an inset day. Oh. So sorry. And Diane, hello. Diane, you've got 3 openings and 1 4-pearl oyster. So if I get the 4-pearl oyster for you, with your 3 openings, would you like to have oysters or egg pops, or a mix of each? If it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. A week into your summer break, Emily. Oh wow, wait, are you like Australia possibly? And you're a teacher. I hope you're resting. I hope you are living it up. I hope you are enjoying it. Two oysters, 1 egg pop. Brilliant. Okay. So, are there certain colours you're hoping for, Diane? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Good luck, my lovely. Three pearls on your egg pop. Sorry, just a piece of shell there. I'm just removing that. So 3 pearls in your egg pop. You've got a watermelon, a Simba peach, and a silver bells. So watermelon, Simba peach, and silver bells. You're hoping for blues and greens. Okay. We're then going to move on to your 4 pearl oyster, and then we'll do your 2 normal openings at the end. So 4 pearl oyster. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You was hoping for blues and greens here, Diane. In your 4 pearl oyster, 3 of them are blues. Ding, ding, ding. Look at these beauties. Let me just dry them up for you. Okay, so you've got the denim blue, I believe. Let me focus. Okay, so, oh no, yeah, he is a darker denim-y blue. You've got this lighter icy blue, a midnight, well, it's a mix between, so more TARDIS and then midnight blue here. So it's a more TARDIS-y midnight, but he's got that tone to him. And then you've got a lighter silver bells on the end there. Then if we move on to your 2 normal oysters, so normal oyster number 1. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So you've got a blush pink. And then your last oyster. Lights pop there again. There's your mother of pearl. And you have triples. So we've got 3 pearls in your last one. Okay, so lots of gorgeous colours here, Diane, to pick and to choose from. So let me just go through these 3 again, and then I'll go through all of the colours for you. So you've got a sunshine yellow, a silver, it is more of a silver bells, and then a darker denim blue. So he's sort of this denim blue shade here. From the top, watermelon, Simba peach, silver bells, denim blue, icy blue, a mix between a TARDIS and a midnight blue, and a silver bells. Then blush pink, a sunshine yellow, silver bells, and a denim blue. What do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these, Diane, then they are yours, and I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you're not happy, we can of course swap them for colours of your choice. So the watermelony one, it's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Simba peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not he's a 6. The icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Midnight TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And the silver bowels is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Silver bowels is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then the denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Can we swap the Simba peach and the watermelon for TARDIS blues? Yeah. Onto the earrings. Yeah, so if you're happy with those blues, they can go on the earrings for you. So then it would just be with your other item, obviously you can swap it and change around the pearls. So these ones as your loose pearls, are you happy with these, or are there any other here that you would like to swap? Swap the sunshine yellow and the one next to it to the left. So the pink possibly. So is it the pink or the silver? Sorry, I'm because you're seeing a mirror image of what I'm doing, I'm not sure which is the left and right. So the pink or the silver. And you'd like to have 2 sea greens. The pink, no, don't be sorry, my lovely. I just would hate to get the wrong one, so that's why I just double check. Okay, so the sea greens at the top there, if you're happy with those. And then are there any other swaps that you would like to do? Yep, so happy with these? No more swaps, but can you pop the sea greens onto the drop studs and invoice you? The drop studs, let me just have a look just to see which ones. So the stud earrings. Do you know the exact name of the? Because we've got, it's. Do you mean the simple studs, but they don't have the drop on them? Or you do have the simple drop earrings, but they are hookback earrings. They are not studs. No, don't be sorry at all. Again, it's just so I get it correct. So let me put them. Is it these ones here? Let me put the link in for you. Yes, it's those ones. Brilliant. Okay, like I said, I just don't want to get it wrong, which is why I question you. But that's never your fault. That's just me, so I get it right. Right, so that invoice for the simple drop earrings with the sea green pearls will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. And then you're happy with the rest of these as your loose pearls as well. Brilliant. Okay, so that's all on there for you. Diane, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you're going to be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, up next then today is Ilaria Boncori. Ilaria, I have definitely seen you today, so hopefully you're still here. So I'm just tightening up the pearl picker. So if you hear a sort of funny noise, it's just tightening that up. Ilaria, hello. You're hoping for blue greens and a present for your daughter's amazing nursery manager who is retiring after 40 years. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Right, let's have a look. So you've got an hatch egg, so we'll do the hatch egg first, then we'll do all of your openings together at the end. So diving in for your egg, just have a little face. Let's go down. Fingers crossed for you, my lovely. Oh, okay, so I can definitely see one pearl there. And you've got two pearls. One is a midnight blue. One is a chocolate bronze, slightly two-tonal chocolate bronze, but he is a chocolate bronze. Now the item you've got is a cage pendant. So as you know, with a cage pendant, you'll be able to swap and change the pearls around at home. Now this one is called the Be Mine cage pendant on the website. So it is a heart, and then you've got the rose coming through the middle. Now you've got the little leaves coming off the rose with a little green enamel coating, a red enamel coating on the flower, and then you do have this little crystal and the end of the flower just to give it a little bit of sparkle there. And then that circle in the background that you can hopefully see is where the pearl sits. What do you think? So your choice here, Ilaria, is you can either choose to stick with both the jewellery and the pearls, or you can do a lucky dip for the jewellery, or you can have one oyster opening and swap both of the pearls. I didn't see that, no. Let me just refresh all of my comments, because that one didn't come through until you commented on it. So, you'd like to change the jewellery? Of course you can. So we're going to go for a lucky dip. Thank you for commenting on it, my lovely, because it does then bring it forward, so that is the correct thing to do. And it did come forward once I refreshed my comments, so I'll just keep an eye on that, maybe refresh them every couple of minutes if I'm sort of waiting for a comment to come through. So let me give this a mix, and then we'll pull one out of here, and fingers crossed it's in the style that she's gonna appreciate and like. So, oh, I've got a couple, I can feel them. Oh, this one here. Oh, okay, so this one was shown on the last live. It is a charm, however, you can let me know what fitting you would like to have on it. So you can have a hoop fitting, a lobster fitting, or a 6mm jump ring fitting if you would like to. And it is the silver bee and flower charm. So it's a silver base, and it does have a golden coloured overlay on sections of it. So you've got the golden coloured bee, you've got the flower at the bottom with the golden coloured middle of the flower, and then you've got the leaves going up the side of the design, and then the outer circle area is like a textured hoop, so you do have that texture coming through. So I hope you and her will be happy with that one. Hoop on that, brilliant. With this one, you can choose to have a pearl on or off the jewellery. Okay, so that is going to be up to you, pearl on or off. Openings wise though, you do have a one opening and one 4-pearl oyster. With the single opening, would you like to have a oyster or a egg pop? So this is the 4-pearl oyster. Which other one would you like? Oyster, brilliant. So we're going to do the normal oyster first and the 4-pearl oyster afterwards. The midnight blue and the chocolate bronze that are in the sand, we can't swap those, but any pearls that come out of these oysters you can swap if you choose to. So if we get these open, donating the shells, bless you, thank you my lovely, good luck. That was a lighter pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh, I believe that he is a grass green. There's no more in that one. So we've got a grass green. Now it is almost going into sort of the sea foamy green colour, but I think because he's brighter, he's more grass green. So I think they are very sort of morph into each other, both types of greens. oyster number 2. So this one is your 4 pearl oyster. And there's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So you are, of course, quadding. Okay, colour-wise here, you have got a darker gunmetal grey. He does look like he's got slight greeny blue hints to him, but definitely base gunmetal grey. We've got a watermelon, a sunshine yellow, and a silver bells. So he's a lighter silver bells there. What do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these, Ilaria, my lovely, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them all for colours of your choice, apart from the midnight blue and the chocolate bronze at the top. Now, with the other ones, you've got that lighter grass green. You've then got the gunmetal grey with the slight greeny blue hint to him, the watermelon, the sunshine yellow, and the lighter silvery silver bells. Now, if I start running these through the board, I'll just refresh the comments just so making sure I don't miss anything. So the midnight blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Can you please see the yellow and the green against the B? Of course you can. Right, first of all, I'm going to put it in the sand and see if that helps, and then I'll hold it against the white afterwards, see if that helps. So there's the yellow and green. Now I'm going to have to do this one at a time with this, just because I can't hold it all up at the same time. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Yeah, okay, so that's the best I can get that focused. So the green, if I put it like here as well, and then the yellow. Sorry, it's just I can't lift it all up at the same time otherwise. Oh, green on the B, midnight blue on the other. Brilliant. So midnight blue and then green on there. Okay. And then with your loose pearls here, so 5 loose pearls, are you happy with those, or are there any there that you would like to swap at all? Apart from the chocolate bronze, of course. You can, however, you would go on the waiting list for that. So if you don't mind going on the waiting list, I can definitely do that for you. But there would be a wait. So swap for a bright grass green. What's the green that Diane just got? I'm just. Do you mean like the greeny TARDIS? There was 2 sea greens for the studs. Is it that one? Oh, so that was sea green. Let me show you. So the brightest sea green that we've got, probably that, yeah, possibly this one. So this one instead of the grass green, is that right? No, don't be sorry, my lovely. This one doesn't look like it's got any imperfections on him. Donate to the bronze to Amy, who likes the pearls unique, and have all the others on jump rings. Is it Amy Jane, Ilaria, or is it a different Amy? Amy Jane, brilliant. So if Amy's got an open order, then that will get added onto there. If not, Amy, pop me an email over so I can get that sent to you. I think you may have an open order off the top of my head, but I'm not 100%, so just have a little look. But then Ilaria, you'd like to have the others on jump rings. Okay, so jump rings on the other 4. Brilliant. So your invoice will get sent across for you tomorrow as well, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form. You're very, very welcome, my lovely. As always, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Up next then today is Lynn Lynch. Lynn, are you here? Yes, Annette, I will. That is one that does sort of stay in stock all the time, so it will be coming back in again. Jackie, bless you. Thank you for the stars. That's very kind of you. Oh, wow. And Shelley, thank you for the stars as well. Again, that's very kind of you. Lynn, another first-time newbie. Well, Lynn, welcome, my lovely. So you've got a hatch egg and then an opening as well. So we'll do your hatch egg first and then your opening together at the end, if that's okay. So if we dive in for your hatch egg, is there any jewellery in particular that you're hoping for? Let's go down. Good luck here, Lynn. You have got a pair of earrings. Now these are stud back earrings, but let me show you the pearls first. So you've got bridal white pearls there, and then we've got blood orange pearls here. So if you choose to keep both the pearls and the earrings, your choice would be between the bridal whites and the blood oranges. Now the earrings themselves do need to have 2 pearls on the jewellery, and like I said, they are stud back earrings. These ones are on the website, however I cannot remember the name of them. So they've got the normal stud and then a silver ball section at the top with a little dangly heart, just a plain silver heart. It does look darker just because it's reflecting the camera, but there is lighter silver. And then coming down the chain, you've then got a border heart, which is bordered with crystals. And then halfway down is where your pearls hang. So when pearls are actually on here, it sort of sits just above the heart. Sorry, that heart's the wrong way around. Let's just turn it round. There you go. So with this one, you can choose to keep both the jewellery and the pearls, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or you can swap the pearls for 2 oyster openings instead. What do you think? What would you like to do? Keep everything and white on the earrings. I love that you're happy with those. Brilliant. I'm just bringing you back up. And I'll write down that we're going to have the whites on there. Now I'm going to leave the blood oranges in the sand. We can't swap those out, but I'm going to leave them there because we do have another opening as well. So with your other opening, would you like to have oysters or egg pops? You've got one opening here, an oyster or a egg pop. Thank you, Piper. Oyster, can you keep the shells? Of course you can. That's absolutely fine. So with the oyster opening, is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Lynn? So dive in, oh, couldn't grab one then, dive in here and let's go down. So we do have the blood oranges. I'm actually just going to move them up in the sand. So these 2, like I said, we can't swap, but they are yours. So you can have those in your jewellery if you wanted to. So in your oyster, lights pop. There's your mother of pearls. There's no pearls on that side. You're hoping for blues or purples. and there's no more in that one. So we do have a darker pearl here. Let's have a closer look to see what colour he is. Marie, bless you. Thank you for the stars there as well. Okay, so he is more of a darker gunmetal grey shade there. Lynn, what do you think to this one? Now, if you did say you're possibly hoping for blue or purple, so if you would like to swap him for a different colour, absolutely fine. I'll just need to know what colour you'd like to swap out. And if I run him through the board for you, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Has he got a hint of blue? He is a gunmetal grey, so with all the darker colours, a lot of them do sort of have a base hint of a colour with them. So I think it may have a tinge of blue, but if you look at it, it's not like a blue, if that makes sense. Think you like to keep your one? Of course. So it's your first one, so it's meant to be. I believe in like fate and stuff like that as well. So I love that way of thinking there. Well, I'm glad you're happy with these, Lynn. Let me pop these in here, and then I've got down that we're going to have the whites on the earrings for you as well. I've wrapped up your shells, so they will get sent along with your order form as well. And Lynn, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Oh, bless you, Lynn. Well, thank you. On my behalf, you're very welcome. And yes, the group of followers who follow are absolutely amazing, kind, funny, and you guys support each other so beautifully. So yeah, just chat with them and they, I'm sure, will welcome you with open arms. Right, up next then today is Wendy Darlison, sorry. Wendy, are you here? Wendy, hello. You'd like to have an egg pop, my lovely. Okay, is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Wendy? Let's go down. So, good luck. Four pearls in your egg pop, my lovely. So you've got a autumn peach, a blush, a two-tonal pink. Look at him, he is lovely. A bridal white and a darker silver bells. So autumn peach, two-tonal pink, bridal white and silver bells. What do you think to these, Wendy? If you're happy with these, they are yours. If you're not happy, we can swap them for colours of your choice. Silver Bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Bridal White is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Two-Tonal Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the Autumn Peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Swap the silver, excuse me, swap the silver for a sunshine yellow and the white for a watermelon. What do you think to those there, Wendy? Are you happy with those? "20 years married on Wednesday." Wendy, congratulations to you both. I hope you had a brilliant anniversary. Oh, bless you. And I hope you enjoy your gift from your hubby then. Beautiful, bright, summery colours as well. Let me pop this on here for you. And I hope your husband's happy as well, obviously, as it's his gift to you. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, up next then today is Shannon Colker. Shannon, are you here? Shannon, hello, hello, hello. Shannon, we're going to do your hatch eggs first and then all of your openings together at the end. So you've got 2 hatch eggs all together. We will do them one at a time though, just so we don't get them all mixed up. Also, I don't get them mixed up, should we say. So diving in for your first one, is there certain jewellery that you're hoping for? Let's go down. Good luck. And I think I just saw, yep, you've got 4 pearls in your first one. You've got a darker midnight blue, but he's definitely midnight blue. An amber, a watermelon, and it's a pickle green. So midnight blue, amber, watermelon, and pickle green. Now they all accompany a cage pendant here. So this cage pendant can hold 1 pearl at a time, and as you know, with the cage, the pearls can be swapped in and out of the cage pendant. This one it says on it, "I love you to the moon and back." I can't remember if this is the one that's on the website or if this is the new one, because I do have 2 similar now, but one is new and one is on the website already. So the script is along the bottom. It says, "I love you to the moon and back," and then you've got a star embossed hit on this side and this side, and then like a shooting star waving round in the middle, and that's where your pearl sits in the middle. So that shooting star will sort of sit on top of the pearl once it's in the cage. Shannon, your choice with your first hatch egg is you can either choose to stick with both the jewellery and the pearls, or you can choose to swap the jewellery and have a lucky dip, or you can choose to swap the pearls and have a oyster opening. What would you like to do? Keep them all. Brilliant, Shannon. What I'm going to do is I am going to remove the pearls for now, just so we don't get mixed up with the next egg pop, or hatch pop I should say, but then I will bring them back at the end if you would like to see them. So moving on to your second hatch egg, let's bring you up and dive in. Let's go down. So in here, you've got 3 pearls in this one. A bridal white, a darker smurf blue, I believe that one is, and another midnight blue. Now they are paired with a pendant. Now this is one of the new pendants that will be on the blue stone collection once it goes on the website. This pendant definitely needs 1 pearl on him. Okay, so potentially one of these 3 pearls on this pendant. So I'll show you it on the board first. So it is a round circle which is encrusted with clear crystals, and then you've got a blue crystal in the middle, then a slightly larger clear crystal underneath, and then your pearl sort of sits and dangles around underneath that. So it does sort of have that blue center crystal there. So if I put them in the sand, so you do get the choice again, and let me just try get it focused, to either stick with the jewellery and the pearls, or you can, oh, you've already chosen you'd like to do a lucky dip. Okay, so let's bring you up and dive in for the lucky dip. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I felt a couple in my hands then. So you've got a charm here. This charm, I will need to know what fitting you would like on it, whether you'd like a lobster fitting, hoop fitting, or a 6mm jump ring. And this is the Stork charm. You may have seen it the other day when on the other live on Friday. So it is an all-round 3D charm. So it's a stork. So you can see the long neck and beak, the legs branching out the back there as it's in flight, and if I turn it around, again the stork is in flight there. Now with this one, you can choose to have the pearls on or off the jewellery, but I hope you're happy with that one. No pearl lobster fitting, okay. Now I am going to take these pearls out of the sand as well, just because you do have 2 openings now. But again, at the end, no, sorry, 4 openings, I apologise. At the end, I can bring them all back again if you'd like to see them. So which 4? You'd like to have 3 oysters, 1 egg pop, Shannon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and a egg pop. Donate the shells. Are there certain colours you're hoping for here? So all these ones we're about to open you can swap. These ones I'll bring back at the end. We can't swap these, but you can choose to have them on any jewellery if you would like to. So I will bring them back so you can see. But for now, egg pop number 1. Hoping for blues and greens. 2 pearls in your egg pop here. You've got a larger lemon yellow and a blood orange. Moving on to your oysters. Oyster number 1. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So you do have a darker silver bells from your first oyster. Moving on to oyster number 2. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. He looks like he is a bridal white. Brittany, yes, so the hatch does go, you do get a loyalty sticker with the hatch, yes. And then moving on to your last oyster here, Shannon. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearls. There's no pearls on that side. There is a little bit of flesh, but there's definitely no pearls in there. Excuse me. Sorry. And there's no more in that one. So you are, of course, twinning with, let me just dry them off and I'll have a look at their colour. I think they're more of a yolk. No, I think they are actually sunshine yellow. Now Shannon, if you're happy with all of these, then they are yours. If you're not happy, we can swap them for colours of your choice. So lemon yellow, blood orange, silver bells, bridal white and twinning sunshine yellows. Now I can put these ones back at the bottom, however, we can't swap these ones out. Okay, but I will pop them here just so then you can, if you choose to, swap, choose them to go on any jewellery. What do you think, my lovely? What would you like to do? Just going to keep refreshing my comments because I'm not sure it's all coming through. Oh, perfect. So yellows on the simple drops. Okay. So I won't be able to swap the bottom whites because that was from the hatch eggs. So I can only swap the top 4 for different colours. Okay, so I can swap the silver bells, the top white, the lemon yellow and the blood orange. The bottom 7 I cannot swap. I hope that makes sense. The yellow and white, yes of course, for 2 matching periwinkles. Okay. Actually no. The midnights, I think they are close in colour. There is a slight difference between them in the shades, but I think they are quite close. Size-wise, that one's a 7 and that one's a 7.5. So I think like I said, the shade-wise, they're close, but there is a slight difference. And then yeah, this one's a 7, this one's a 7.5. Periwinkle and the midnight blue on the simple studs. Oh, of course. So 1 periwinkle and 1 midnight blue. So like that. Is that correct? Oh, no. Oh, okay, sorry. So you'd like periwinkle on there, but then you'd like to be invoiced for extra studs with the other. So 1 pair of periwinkles and 1 pair of midnight blues. I apologise, but yes, that's not a problem. The invoice for that will get sent across for you tomorrow or go to the email address on the order form. These then would be your loose pearls. We can swap the top 2. Are you happy with those as your loose pearls? The rest are great, Shannon. That's perfect. Like I said, the invoice will get sent across tomorrow for you. Shannon, thank you for the donations with your shells. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. There we go, that's on there and up there for you. Perfect. Up next then today is Shirley Guthrie. Shirley, are you here? Shirley, hello. So I'm just putting the 2 people on the order list who ordered before I close the list, and then I'll pop the order list in the comments, and then everybody else, if you've ordered, was after that point, so you'll be booked in from Tuesday onwards. So there's the list there. So Shirley, my lovely, let's just mark off that you're here as well, and you have got one. So let's play your hatch game first, and then we'll do your openings together at the end. So is there any jewellery that you're hoping for? Let's go down. And good luck. Oh no, oh, that's why it felt so strange. We had a imposter egg inside an egg and a broken piece. Oh. It makes sense now. So you have got 3 pearls in your hatch egg. You've got a lavender, a 2-tonal yellow, so sunshine and lemon yellow, and then a gorgeous dark sort of deep raspberry colour. Lavender, 2-tonal yellow and a raspberry. Now the item of jewellery is an anklet. Now this anklet has got lots of different charms along the anklet. So again, this is a new item, not been seen before. So the charms are, first of all, you've got a like a little crystal charm. You've then got a crystal encrusted 4-leaf clover, crystal encrusted star, a heart borderline, and a crystal encrusted butterfly. Okay, so with this one, it comes with 1 opening normally, and you can choose to have a pearl on or off the jewellery. So I'm just trying to make it so, there we go. Okay, so choose to have pearls on or off, and you can have additional pearls on each section if you wanted to, or you just don't have to have any pearls on there. You just can keep it as it is and the pearls loose. Your choice here, Shirley, is going to be, you can either choose to keep the jewellery and the pearls, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or you can choose to swap all 3 pearls for 1 oyster opening. You'd like to keep it and put the raspberry on it. Brilliant, Shirley. Okay. And then you've got a further 3 openings as well. With those openings, would you like to have oysters or egg pops, or a mix of each? If it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. So I'm just writing down, we're going to have raspberry on there. Now these 2 I am going to leave in the sand, but we can't swap the colours of those 2. So 3 additional, 2 oysters, 1 egg pop. Donate the shell, Shirley. Thank you, my lovely. Are there certain colours you're hoping for this time? So we're going to start with your egg pop. Let's go down. And then, like I said, these 2 are in here because you can choose to have them on your jewellery if you want to. So with your egg pop, two pearls in that one. You've got a dove grey and a Simba peach. Thinking for possibly, hopefully, greens. Oyster number 1. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So your first pearl out is a light pink. So it's almost like a baby pink, I think. Let me just have a closer look for you. Oh, it's like a rose gold pink, I apologise. So it's a very light rose gold with a pink overtone. Moving on to your next oyster. Oh, deep pop there, Shirley. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So we've got a darker chocolate bronze. Now, of course, you did say possibly hoping for greens. So if you would like to swap any of the bottom 4, then we can do that for you. Or if you're happy with these, that's perfect as well. And I'll need to know which ones you would like where. So dove grey, Simba peach, pinky rose gold and a dark chocolate. Now I'm just going to go run them through the board for you, Shirley, but just shout out and let me know what you would like to do. So the dove grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Simba peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The pinky rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the dark chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Then you do have that lavender and two-tonal yellow at the top there as well. Swap the Simba peach and the pinky rose gold and the chocolate for sea greens. So 3 sea greens, yeah. And then is it the sea greens that you'd like to have on the jewellery? Yes, brilliant. And then the other is your Dove Grey as your loose pearl with the top two as well. So are you happy with those as your loose pearls? I'm just going to write this down for you. So we're going to have sea green on that one and sea green on that one. So that's a Dove Grey. So it's a lighter silver colour, Dove Grey. Yeah, I do have lavenders. Let me have a look to see if I can match that for you. So I've got some which are close, but I don't have an exact match. You can, however, like I said, I don't think I've got an exact match. Like, let me show you that one. They're just slightly different. Would you prefer... Yeah, I don't think I've got an exact match for it. So what do you think to that one there? Would you be happy with that one? I'm just going to wait for you to confirm. If not, then that's absolutely fine. I can sort of continue looking around, but yeah, so it would be, it's just a slight colour difference. So the size is the same there. It's like I said, it's just that slight shade, but I can definitely do the loop fitting. So when you say loop, do you mean the hoop or the jump ring? I'll pop them in the comments just so I don't get it wrong. So hoop fitting is this one. Or is it a jump ring, which is this one? So simple drop earrings. So I'm just going to bring you back up. perfect, but just confirm which fitting. Like I say, just so I don't get it wrong. So hoop fitting is like a slide-on fitting, and the jump ring is literally like a little ring. It can be opened at home, but I would only recommend to sort of open it once if need be, to close it again, because if you repeatedly do it, it can weaken the metal. Hoop fitting, Shirley, that's perfect. Okay, so that will all be included on the same invoice for you. That will get sent across tomorrow to the email address that's on the order form. Shirley, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's up there for you. Okay, up next today is Leslie Oliphant. Leslie, are you here? I think my comments are coming through slightly differently. I am having to keep refreshing them, so please bear with me. Leslie, hello. Leslie, you've got 2 hatch eggs, so we're going to do them one at a time. Is there certain jewellery that you're hoping for, Leslie? Good luck. Hatch egg number 1. And Shirley, you're very, very welcome. Oh, okay, so you've got earrings here. So your earring choices are dark forest green as your first choice, or blood orange. So dark forest green or blood oranges. The earrings are the bunch earrings, I believe they're called. Let me see if I can show them in my hand. So they are stud back earrings, and the pearls do need to go onto the jewellery. So they are flowers, and then so the pearls go in the centre of the flower, and then just off the edge you've got like a little flower as well. So it's like a cluster of flowers. So pearl sits in the middle of the larger flower here, if you choose to keep these earrings, of course. What do you think to these, Leslie? If you're happy with these, you can keep both the earrings and the pearls, or you can swap the earrings for a lucky dip, or you can swap the pearls for 2 oyster openings. Keep it all, okay. Would you like any of those colours on the earrings, or would you like to wait and see? I'm just going to bring you back up. Yes, of course you can. So I am going to take them out of the sand, but I'll bring them back again at the end. That's fine. So hatch number 2 then. Let's go down. Good luck for a second time, Leslie. And you've got 3 pearls in this one. And you've got a pendant. Sorry, my voice is going in and out. You've got a pendant this time. Now the colours, you've got a blurple, so really rich, deep blurple, a apple green, and a deep golden yellow. So blurple, apple green, and golden yellow. Your pendant holds 1 pearl, so it definitely needs to have the pearl on here. Okay. Nope, sorry, I've just threaded it wrong. So the pearl is going to be sitting right in the centre of the pendant, and then it's an oval, as you can see. Now you've got a little bit of crystal sparkle at the bottom, and at the top here, but at the top it sort of flicks inwards slightly to then almost be holding up that pearl which sits in the middle. So an oval with almost like a photo frame with a flick at the top, which is holding that swinging. The pearl doesn't swing, but it sort of gives the illusion that it does. So a pearl does definitely need to sit onto the jewellery. Again, you get the same choice. It is a new one, yes. You get to keep the pearls and jewellery, or you can swap the jewellery, or you can swap all 3 pearls for 1 oyster opening. Stick again with everything. Yes, of course you can. So we definitely need to have pearls, 2 pearls for the earrings, 1 pearl for the pendant. If I bring the other ones back again, just so you can see. Do you know which ones you would like where? So you've got the dark greens or blood oranges, or you could even have sort of a mix and match, so you could have 2 different colours on the earrings if you wanted to. That wouldn't be a problem. And then 1 pearl for the pendant. So I'm going to start running them through the board, but then just let me know when you know what you would like to do. The Blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Your Apple Green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the Golden Yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The dark green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Dark green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. And then blood orange number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Blood orange number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. What do you think? Oranges on the earrings. Your gifted midnight is here, yes. So let me just do this as we go, as I read it though. So the blood orange on the earrings. And then on the pendant, you'd like the midnight blue. So if I put gifted from, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put gifted from Anne on the actual order form, because then I am going to have to take off this note, because obviously it's going to be on the jewellery. So I've put it's gifted, not that you'll forget, but just as like a little reminder and as a thing to say that that blue was the gifted one. Okay, so that's perfect. But then you'd like to gift, so I can just reuse this, the Blurple to Anne. And Anne, that will get added to your open order, my lovely, okay? That's perfect. And that's on there. Brilliant. And then the other pearls, just confirm you're happy with those as your loose pearls, Leslie. Got sand everywhere. You're very, very welcome, and I'm glad you're happy. Okay, that's on there, and then that's safe up there for you. Leslie, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Up next, excuse me, up next then today is Tracy Scott. Tracy, are you here? Sorry, I was just having a drink from a bottle. Tracy, hello. Tracy, let's do your hatch game first, then we'll do your openings together at the end. So are there certain colours that you're hoping for, Tracy? Not colours, jewellery. Let's go down. Well, I suppose colours as well, actually. Tracy, good luck. You have got a cage pendant with 2 pearls. So you've got a gorgeous Snow White and a bright watermelon. So Snow White and watermelon. Now the cage pendant that you have is the Dreamcatcher cage pendant with the clear crystals. Now this cage pendant comes with 1 oyster opening, so if you choose to swap your pearls it would come with 1 oyster opening. However, this can hold up to 4 or sometimes 5 pearls if they're smaller pearls, but normally with an average sized pearl there'd be 4 pearls in here. And then of course you'll be able to swap and change them around at home. The feathers at the bottom, as you can see, do independently move, so they do sort of wiggle around. And then this is the reverse, this is the front side, so it does have little sparkles of crystals, and then the reverse side does still have the pattern on as well, so it can be worn either way around if you wanted to. Tracy, what would you like to do? You can choose to stick with both the pearls and the jewellery, or you can swap the pearls for 1 oyster opening, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip. Now it's quite hard to put this one in here just because, oh there we go, I can do it like that. Hello puppy, what are you doing? Sorry, the dog's just come and sat on my foot. You'd like to keep all of those, brilliant. I'll leave the pearls in there, but with those pearls we cannot swap out. Okay. Rafiki, what are you doing? Go on, good boy, go lay down. Good boy, lay down. Sorry about that. Just because I'm on wheels, so I don't like them around me, when, especially if I'm on a live where I can't look to see where they are at all times. I like them. They do have a bed in here, so either over there or out with Aaron, because I don't want to run over them. Right, Tracy, you then have a 4 pearl oyster and another opening. So which opening would you like, an oyster or a egg pop? If I get your oyster, so this is your 4 pearl oyster, would you like an additional oyster or egg pop? Just marking that you're here. Why won't it go the correct colour? There we go. An egg pop. Okay, so with this, would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells with the 4 pearl oyster? And good luck. Three pearls in that one. So you've got a silver bells, a lighter autumn peach, and a slightly lighter pastel apple green. So silver bells, autumn peach, and pastel apple green. Yeah, he kept coming to sit under my feet, so I just let him out just in case. Sorry, Aaron's just come in to get the dogs. Thanks, Bab. Your 4 pearl oyster, Tracy. Double pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So sorry. You've got a yolk yellow, again it's a grass green, but it's that mix between a sea foam and a grass green, a dove grey and a blush pink. What do you think to these? Sorry, what happened there was Aaron, I don't know where he's gone, but I looked across and I could see the dog, and Aaron hasn't moved his chicken bones. I could see the dog was sniffing and at the chicken bones, and obviously he's not allowed them. So I just typed really quickly to Aaron so he could come and rescue the dog. So I do apologise. Just because my window can look all the way across into the house through the window, so it's like perfectly placed. But that's why I sort of randomly typed them. So I do apologise there, Tracy. But let's go through this. So the top 2 we cannot swap, but you can choose to have on the jewellery if you would like to. So that's the Snow White and the Watermelon. Then you've got the dark Silver Bells, the Autumn Peach and the Pastel Apple Green, the Yolk Yellow, then that Grass Green, Dove Grey and that brighter blush pink. They are on a table, they're not on the floor or anything, it's just the table's next to the sofa, so he can get to them very easily. Right, let me run these through the board and then, yeah, let me know. He didn't move them, Shelley. I knew he wouldn't move them. He's a man. He just... Right. Oh, sorry. Can we swap the pink for a smaller one and the silver for a TARDIS? Is that the lighter silver or the darker silver? So lighter or darker? So pink for a smaller pink. The darker silver for a TARDIS, perfect. Okay, just have a look at these ones here for me and let me know if you're happy with those. Same size as the pink. Oh, let me have a look for you. It may be that I might need to move the pink up slightly. Actually, let me measure that. Because we always, as I always say, we get deceived with the darkness looks different. So the TARDIS is a 7.5. That pink, oh no, that pink's a 7. So let me have a look. See if I've got a slightly bigger pink. Of course I can. I'll show you them together in just a second. Let me just see. Where's my board? Perfect. That one's a 7.5 as well. Oh, I'm dropping pearls everywhere. So they are the same size. Again, on the camera, they're going to give the illusion of different sizes. That's just because you've got a lighter and a darker colour, but I have just measured them. They are the same size. Yep, you can do that. I would just invoice you for the additional fitting. That's not a problem. So if I put TARDIS and blush pink on either side of infinity, and then you'd like to be invoiced for additional pearl. Okay, and then with the rest of the pearls, are you happy with those colours? Or are there any there that you'd like to swap? Obviously the top two we have to keep there, but the rest of them, if you're not happy, we can swap. Nope, the rest are great. That's brilliant. Okay, so the invoice for the additional pearl, or the additional fitting I should say, that will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. Tracy, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. Right, up next in today is Araceli Gonzalez. Araceli, are you here? It was a 6, I believe, from looking at it. I don't think I measured it, but yeah, that smaller one, it was from eye measurement, was a 6. Oh, bless you, Laria. You're very welcome. It just helps sometimes, doesn't it? Some people prefer them as well to not, because I know my daughter, she prefers just not having the silver backers and just having the, it's like a silicone. Is it silicone or is it rubber? I'd have to double check. But yeah, she prefers them. So yeah, it's just, I quite like having the option sometimes. And Araceli, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct again. I know I ask each time, but hello. Now it says here that you'd like to have 3 egg pops. Is that still the case? Both at the same time? Yeah, exactly, because it's it makes you feel more secure. Some earrings you don't need to have both on, but it definitely makes you feel both secure, and it keeps them tighter as well. If you like to have it tighter in your ear, or if the studs are longer for you, it is good. Now I'm just going to change my microphone over just before I start. I've just realised the time. I don't want it to cut out halfway, so bear with me 1 second. There we go. Sorry, it's been 3.5 hours and it normally cuts out around then, so I just didn't want to cut out halfway through. So you'd like to have 3 egg pops. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for at all, my lovely? Let's go down. I've just lost my mouse. There it is. Let's go down. So egg pop number 1. Three pearls in that one. Okay, so you've got a silvery chocolate, a lighter blurple. So it's a mix between blue and purple. In some shades it's going to be more blue, in some shades light, sorry, it's going to be more purple. And a Simba peach. So silver chocolate, blurple and Simba peach. Egg pop number 2. Two pearls in that one. You have got a magenta and a rose gold. And then moving on to your last egg pop. Oh wow. Okay, so two pearls again and very, very, very similar colours. Now this one's not magenta, it's a bright pink. So hopefully you can see the difference between the two. But then we do have another rose gold. I think it's a slightly different size, but extremely close colours there. So you've got that silvery chocolate, a blurple, Simba peach, then magenta and rose gold, and bright pink and rose gold. Now, what do you think to these? If you're happy with these, they are yours. If you're not happy, we can swap them for colours of your choice. The silvery chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. Here's a 7.5. Blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the Simba peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Magenta is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Rose gold number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's not a 7.5, he's an 8. And then bright pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the rose gold number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. What are the odds in that happening? I mean, pretty low, Gemma, actually, because obviously there's so many egg pops in there. And when I do the egg pops, I do, if I'm making some in a batch, I do try and make them as randomised as I possibly can. I mean, I don't sit there and think, oh no, that one had a pink, that one needs a different colour. But I do, if I've done sort of a pink and a rose gold, I do try to mentally remember to do it differently. So it's, I mean, obviously it's going to happen, but it'll be quite a low percentage, I would think. But what do you think to these? If you're not happy with these, we can swap them. If you are happy, then they are yours. Swapping all apart from the silver chocolate. Okay. Which colours would you like to swap them or swap in? So 6 pearls you'd like to swap out. Tracy, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. It's very, very kind of you. What do you think? Which 6 would you like to swap in? So I've put these ones to the side, and then each time we're gonna swap one in, we can take one out. So you'd like to have a black cherry. Candy floss pink. excuse me, and a cranberry red. No, I don't believe so, Lynn. So those three to start with. And you've got a further three to swap in. I don't have any lilacs, I'm afraid, my lovely. I've got lavender, but yeah, I don't have lilacs. I do have a waiting list, so if you'd like to go on the waiting list, I can put you on there. But I don't have any to swap in at the moment. So we can do lavender and Cadbury purple. If you prefer not to wait, is there a different colour that you would like to have? Or if you don't mind waiting, then that's absolutely fine. On the page that we're live from and the pinned posts at the top, we do have a colour list sheet that you will be able to see. We do have some of the colours posted there as well, but not all of them. Two-tonal yellows. Yeah, now a lot of my two-tonal pearls are also a funky shape. So I'm just looking for one that's not as funky actually, that one there, so that's pretty cool. What do you think to this one? So he's definitely lighter and brighter as you go around there. Would you be happy with that one? Yes, brilliant. So you're happy with all of these, is that correct? Yes, brilliant. Okay, so let's pop these on here for you. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. But if they are going to the pot, if what's going to the pot, which one, Ilaria? Araceli, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Good night, my lovely. Laria, which one do you mean? Which colour? The Simba Peach. Up next today, though, will be Hannah Louise Valentine. Hannah Louise Valentine, are you here? The Simba Peach, Laria, let me show you. I believe it was this one. Was it this one? Sorry, I'm just going to get it focused. Was it that one? You'd want that instead of... Let me see. No. You don't need to name them right. I don't expect anyone to sort of name them right. That's absolutely fine. It's just I don't want to, as always, get the wrong pearl. Hannah Louise Valentine, are you here? So do you mean instead of the yellow? I'm swapping it now, my lovely. So your yellow is coming out and the peach is going in. Not a problem. Hannah, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. If anyone else can see Hannah Louise Valentine, please comment on her comments because that will bring it forward so I can see. You're very welcome. Let me just refresh my comments because they have been a bit funny. Alright, I haven't seen Hannah, so we will move on. If she does come on, we can add her back in again. So I'll just do actually last call for Hannah Louise Valentine. Are you here? Just refreshing. Okay, I haven't seen her. Thank you, Amy. Right, up next then is Rachel Jones. Rachel, are you here? Rachel, hello. You've got 2 hatch pops, so we'll do them one at a time and then, yeah, see where it takes us. Is there certain types of jewellery that you're hoping for, Rachel? Let's go down. So hatch egg number 1. You've got a pair of earrings. So with the earrings, the colours you've got are these golden yellows. They're like a yolk yellow, but they are very golden yellow. Or you've got the bridal whites. Now there's different sizes here as well, because with these earrings, some people love to have the larger pearls, some people love to have the smaller pearls. So we sort of covered all bases here. Now the earrings are actually quite hard to show you on the live, but they are the angel hoop earring. So they are a thread through hoop earring, and the pearls do need to go on the jewellery, so it's angel wing. So they're like a hoop earring, so it threads through little hoop and it sort of dangles down like a hoop. And then down the front here, down the bottom, there is little angel wings. So if it focuses, let me pop them in the sand, it might be better. So little angel wings at the bottom, and then your pearls actually dangle from the angel wings down there. Okay, so it does definitely need to have 2 pearls. And they're just below the wings, they've got a little hoop where the pearls get set onto. Okay, so your choice here, Rachel, is going to be, you can either choose to keep both the jewellery and the pearls, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or you can swap the pearls out for 2 oysters. What would you like to do? You'd like to keep these ones and you'd like to have the white on there. Brilliant. Okie dokie. So you still get to keep obviously those yolky yellows as your loose pearls as well. Just write this down. So on your earrings, we're going to have the white. I am going to take the other pearls out of the sand, but if you would like me to add them back in again at the end, that's absolutely fine. Just so then we've got your fresh sand for hatch egg number 2. So let's go down again, Rachel. Good luck. You've got a new item here. So this item will be going on the website soon. Pearl wise, you've got a bridal white. Let's get this focused. What do you mean, Vicky? I don't mould or cast it here, no. Some items are my designs, some items are not my designs. There we go, sorry about that. So, bridal white, mystic purple. He looks like he's slightly two-tonal, doesn't he? Mystic purple. And a sea green. So 3 pearls there. Now this is a pendant. The pearl definitely needs to go on the jewellery. Like I said, it is a new item. And it does have a little bit of script on it as well. So I'll just read what it says. It says, I love you forever. Oh yes, Vicky. Yes, definitely. I do all that myself. So it is a heart. Like I said, it says I love you forever, just at the top here. And then there is a mermaid with a, I'm not sure, it looks like it's a child who's sitting on her knee. I was going to say I'm not sure on the gender, but it doesn't really matter on the gender of the child actually, because you can see, so the mother mermaid sitting here, and then the child's back is sitting here. Then you can see the little child's tail coming down this side. It's quite hard to sort of let you, so hopefully you can see it. And then your pearl sits in this section here. So mother, baby on her lap with the tail going down the other side, and it says I love you forever. Rachel, what do you think to this one? Again, your choice would be to keep the jewellery and keep the pearls, or swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or swap all 3 pearls for 1 oyster. What would you like to do? Keep that one, brilliant. And you'd like the white on there, perfect. Let me just write that down. That leaves you with the two golden yolky yellows, the mystic purple and the sea green as your loose pearls. Can you just confirm, are you happy with those? So the pendant, we're going to have white on there as well. So actually you've got the earrings and the pendant that can kind of match, because the angel wings are that sort of, I know they are angel wings, but that's all that shape as well with the tail. So then you've got the whites as well, so it's all matching. So are you, just confirm, happy with those? Yes, Rachel, that's brilliant. So if I pop these on here, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. Okay, and that is actually then the end of the order list today. We're going to be live again on, there we go, we're going to be live again on Tuesday. So if you'd like to join us just to watch, to join in, we'll be live from 8 p.m. on Tuesday. If you'd like to order, we do still have space available for Tuesday as well. Monday tomorrow, children back at school. For those of you who aren't obviously back at school, enjoy the days off still, and have a brilliant Monday morning and start to your week. Take care. Bye.